Final segment, take one. 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 So, to recap, after hunting down the people who were part of the local Mustang groups in Richmond, who then gave me information about Richmond Motor Company and how it merged with another motor company and turned into Richmond Ford, and hunt down the history of that property to find the address to confirm that I was contacting the right dealership. Contacting that dealership, getting a hold of the principal's daughter, who was part of marketing, who then turned me to another marketing person for digital media, whom I explained my entire process of what I was trying to do, who told me there was only one dealership badge in existence that then was sent to me on loan to try to 3D scan, which I then sent to a 3D company to try to scan, who were unsuccessful in creating a 3D scan, so I made them send it back to Richmond Ford so I didn't lose it, to going on Fiverr and trying to find somebody who can construct it from scratch, to then have that STL file generated, to then find a company that would print the STL file. All of that, it's here. And I've not opened it, and I'm going to open it on camera. So we are going to see together what all of that resulted in here on this box. We're going to see that together. We are now opening the box together. We're opening the box. Oh, the invoice, okay, packing slip. I ordered 4 different types of materials because I didn't know what was going to be the most appropriate material to make this product out of. Put that right there. And we have paper. Paper. And I see one. Let's see. Okay, this is, I gotta make sure I don't mess these up. Multi-Jet Fusion PA12 dyed with Color Touch Black. Look at that. Wow. I'm so impressed that this was actually gonna work. Amazing. 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 Look at that. It's here. Okay, so that's this one. So then we have another one that says Multi-Jet Fusion PA12 finish, not dyed but polished in gray. Oh, okay, this one came out a little bent. Got a little bendy in it. It's got some residual silver. I'm not sure what that is, which is kind of the opposite of what we were looking to do. So and that's clearly much more flexible, and it's kind of weird how this is. It says Multi-Jet Fusion PA12. Oh, you know what I think it is? This might be the file that was thinner. The file was actually thinner. This was a thicker file because I was worried it was going to be too thin. I'm glad I did that because, yeah, that's a problem. It's still functional, but it feels so much less substantial to this one. All right, so we're going to put this guy over here. Yeah, 1 centimeter. This is 1 centimeter thick, 0.1 centimeter thick, and this is 3 times as thick, and 0.3. Okay, so obviously any ones that are that 0.1 are not going to be what we're looking for. This one says Multi-Jet Fusion PA12 gray, not dyed gray, 0.3. So this is going to be the right thickness, and this is going to be in gray. Now that's not a bad finish either. Of course, we're obviously going to have to modify these finishes at the end of this process, but that one is not bad at all. Look at that guy. And again, it's got a little bend to it, but not much. But definitely really feels very substantial. So I'm going to put the I'm going to put the potato chip guy off to the side because I'm not really happy with that guy. And then we'll put the ones that are super thick over here. All right, so this one, again, is going to be one of the thinner ones. This is Multi-Fusion PA12 Chemical Smoothing, which is, again, these are all different finishes on the same material. So this is, I like the finish on this one a lot. It's got kind of a, I don't know, kind of almost looks like POR 15 or chassis black, which I actually kind of like that. But obviously this is the 0.1 centimeter file and not the 0.3 centimeter file, which is a shame. But it was good to kind of get an idea between these two. You can see the difference here. This one's a little more flat, a little more satin. This one's got a little more kind of pop to it as far as the thickness or the brightness of the finish. So that's that one, and that's that one. I think that's the 4 that I got. Yep, that's the 4 that I got. Okay, so I'll put this box on the ground. And so this one is this guy, chemical finishing. Just so in case you decide to go through this process, this is the one that's chemical finishing here. Let's bring this down a little tighter so you can see. This one that says not dyed, polished in gray, I don't know that I like that all that much. It's smoother, but I don't know if I really like it better than these other ones. So the not dyed polished gray is my least favorite finish. If you're looking for something that's actually gray, this would be your Huckleberry right here. This again is that thicker file. I definitely recommend making the files at least 3 centimeters thick because it just feels more substantial. This might work well if we decided to do the black on the parts that are supposed to be black and leave the raised silver. It's more difficult to do it that way because you're trying to go on the insides. But we could do the whole thing. You know, it could do. If this is silver all the way through, we could paint the whole thing black and then go in and lightly sand off the tops of this, which would reveal that color and leave the rest of it black. Of course, the original is metal, so it's actually going to be shiny and not this flat gray, but that's an option as well. And then this one is the dyed with color touch black. I actually like this one the best because I think that this best represents what these would really look like if they were being produced today in this fashion, if they weren't made out of metal. So between these two finishes, this one's got just a touch more shine to it. You can see that more shine to it than this one does. This one's more flat. But I don't know that that really helps the piece all that much. I think we're going to go with this one. So I'd be the next step is to see what paint would go well with this to make this chrome or a chrome look or a bright silver look to go over top of the raised letters. So you'd have the black with the bright chrome. But this is pretty exciting. This has been as you can tell from this whole video, if you watched the whole video up to this point, this has been quite the process to get this to happen. And again, this just goes back to wanting to honor the history of the car and make sure that any place that we have the opportunity to pay homage to what the original genesis of the car was, we're going to make that effort. And so we certainly appreciate very much you guys hanging out with us today on this important milestone of our project, is to kind of get another part of this. There you go. There you go. Another part of this project worked out, and it's on to the next adventure.